Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Flanagan, Illinois. It's I8FA football live on TSSR Game Time, live presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. We have Mallory on the camera tonight. It is homecoming here at Flanagan Cornell Woodland, and we have some halftime extra footage for you folks at home because we will be able to get you guys the homecoming announcements at the halfway point. So we'll be able to show you that during halftime here tonight, as these two teams are in the top 10 in I8FA, 5-1 West Central Heat, and the 4-2 Flanagan Cornell Woodland Falcons. So you'll hear me say Falcons and Heat a lot. Mallory, though she's just 3 miles from Heat country, may well be a Falcons fan tonight because she is a West Burlington Falcon herself and a teacher there. So she might, I don't know, she's kind of wavering a little bit, I think, here tonight. But we'll do our best to go straight down the line for everybody watching at home. Tell your friends, tell your family. Good place to watch it right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. As we get ready to kick things off, we are underway with the varsity game. They did play a JV game earlier. On the return for the Heat, I believe that was number 2, Cooper Gibb. We'll see if Gibb or Robinson start at running back tonight. Gibb was more successful running the football last week. Robinson was back there. Looks like number 11 is back there, Aiden Garner, right now, as it is a full house I formation backfield. And a handoff to Garner, second back through. They kind of went after Kelly. Garner is going to go for a nice gain on the play. Go for a gain of about 4 for Garner. Yeah, maybe 5. We'll call it 5 for Garner. So the first play of the game goes for 5 yards for the Heats. Of course, we'll have Kelly out there running the football as well, and we'll see who is there the rest of the contest. They can split it up pretty well. Handoff to Garner again. This time, not as much success, but he is going to bring up a third and manageable. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Heats. At the nose of the football, just touching the 45-yard line, as the play being brought in by Colton Spence, the sophomore quarterback, along with the sophomore running back. That's Graham Kelly. The Garner is a junior for this Heat squad. Handoff's going to go to Kelly, and he's going to get a first down and about 4 altogether, it would appear. But it'll be the first down of the game. It's on the ground. It's a 4-yard gain. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 49. Colton Spence runs the play back in. We'll start getting a few more Falcons players called as we move through the contest here, getting settled in. We were going to go live with the homecoming stuff, but decided to play it at halftime. Again, Kelly on the carry, and again, not a lot, maybe only 1 that time. See, the near side judges got him at 1. We'll see what the far side, that's where the ball was. We're going to call it 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9. May have heard on the other side, a running backs coach, I would imagine, or somebody along that line said, don't lean, run it. So Spence back under center, 2 tight ends set, I formation. Second back through is Garner. He's got some running room. He's got a lot of running room. He's across the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Aiden Garner. From the 49 on his side of the 50. It's a 51-yard touchdown run for Aiden Garner, number 11. So just that quickly, a touchdown on the scoreboard for the Heat. So a 2-point conversion coming here. Garner gets the touchdown. Spence pitches it out to Garner. Second back again. No, that's not Garner. Zoom in on that for me, would you? Trying to see the number still. He can't. He won't turn. 21 it was, I do believe, on the 2-point conversion. Was it 11? Mallory says it was 11, so we'll go with that because she can see better than I can. For your sake, I hope you can. So just 9:33 left in the first quarter, under 3 minutes in. The Heat score first on a 51-yard touchdown run by Aiden Gardner. A 2-point conversion by Garner. And it's 8-0 Heat early in this one. The Falcons will have their first opportunity to score here. $8-0 Heat. Want to say hi to Valerie Holman watching again tonight. We're happy to have you back with us this week as we get ready to go here. Kickoff coming for the Heat. Give the kick. It's a squib kick. It's going to be fielded and dropped down. Number 13 on the recovery. That's Jackson Torres. I do believe that's the brand new homecoming king, if I remember correctly. Am I right? I know it was Torres. He is a senior. That would be him, Jackson Torres. The brand new homecoming king recovers the squib kick, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Falcons at their own 37-yard line. They have it on 37 or 38. They got it on the 38, so we'll call it the 38. As we get ready to go here. Falcons come to the line. They got 3 wide receivers far side, tight end near side, all alone in the backfield. The quarterback, here we go. It's going to be a run, though, a designed run. And a towel tackle attempted, didn't work out. Back there on the run for the Falcons. Going to be the quarterback, number 23, Bresden Simons, the junior. He goes for a gain of 3 yards. Three yards on the carry for Simons. Second back through. Short gain. That's going to be number 12, Logan Rudy. Simons goes for 3. Rudy goes for 3. And we'll call it 3rd down and 4. President Simons, the quarterback. One of the homecoming court, Logan Ruddy, has a carry for 3 yards as well. Here we go. 2 setbacks beside Simons. One flanker far side. It's going to be a quarterback draw. He's going to go opposite direction. He might have enough for a 1st down. He will. He'll be out across the 50 into Heat territory. A gain of 7. And a 1st down for the Falcons. Their first down. Here in quarter number 1, we have 7:48 clock running left in quarter number 1. Once again, Falcons come in with a 4-2 record. Losses, I believe, to Amboy and Polo, if my memory serves me correctly. Simons, quarterback keeper again. Not much that time. As coming up and making a stop is the senior Jordan Kane for the Heats. They might give him a yard. We'll see. Nope, they're going to take it back. No gain for Simons on that. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So a lot of quarterback runs early in this one for the Falcons. They are missing a couple players. Hopefully Coach Reed will come up and talk to us after the game. Coach Kirby as well. Here we go again. One setback this time besides Simons. Both wide receivers are far side. One's a flanker. He's going to drop back, looks to pass this time. He's got an open receiver, and it's incomplete. He was open. The throw was a little short. I believe it was Torres, the intended. Was it Torres or was it Rudy? I can't see. It was Ruddy, number 12, the intended receiver. So it's 3rd down and 10. Might have heard both sides of the field saying big 3rd down. They had that wide receiver open last time in the flat. We'll see if they're going to throw it again. They're getting close to the time. And here comes Simon. He's under pressure. Throws over the middle. He's got a receiver, and it's dropped. Not really dropped. Can't call that a drop. It was thrown behind. He did turn back and get a hand on it, but couldn't do anything with it. Riley Wallace, the intended receiver, falls incomplete. It's 4th and 10 in Heat territory. It would appear they're going to go for the punt here. 49-yard line of the Heat. They're having a lot of problems getting lined up here. They are finally going to get there, though. Nobody back for the Heat. That's not a surprise. They didn't send anybody back last week against Galva either. They try for the block. What a punt. It's down inside the 10, inside the 5, and it just won't stop. It rolls about 1 yard deep into the end zone. A touchback. But, man, what a punt for the Falcons. Just 1 yard too long on the bounce. It'll be 1st and 10 Heat at the 20-yard line. Is that my cell phone they've got? So I hope that's not my phone they're trying to give away. I don't know what happened to mine. But that's okay. We'll find it later. Here we go. Getting ready to go with the second possession of the Heat here. 1st and 10 at their own 20 after the punt bounced 1 yard into the end zone. They did go after the punter. He got a good one away. Second back through again. Bouncing around. Not a lot going this time. There's a whole flock of Falcons there, you might have heard him say. That time on the carry, number 21, Cameron Robinson. Two-yard gains, 2nd and 8. Pitch out to Robinson. He's got a lot of running room. He's going to be tracked down from behind. What a job to keep that from being possibly a touchdown. On the tackle, number 1, Cole Bradbury. But from the 22, they're going to be out to the 40-yard line, an 18-yard gain for Robinson on the pitch from Spence. And it's 1st and 10 after the second rushing first down of the game for the Heat. South Dakota watching us again tonight. Thanks for joining us. Second back through on the counter, and there's nowhere to go that time for Robinson. Couple black jerseys there waiting on him. They were not fooled. Couple of them there. We'll see. It looks like number 57 and 23. Simon's the quarterback. And number 57, who I don't have on my roster, was the other one. Maybe it was 67, Oliver Weber. I think I need new glasses. Either that or they need to stop using impact numbers on jerseys. One or the other. Maybe both. After second. And Robinson again on the carry. This time he's going to get close to 5. 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 5 for the Heat. Spence brings the play in. Cameron Robinson, a junior. Cooper Gibb, a junior. You might see him in the backfield a little bit as well. He is playing some tight end. And a penalty marker is down. It's going to be our first penalty marker of the game. I think it's going to be a false start. It is a false start on the Heat, their first penalty. It'll break it 3rd down and 10 after the 5-yard penalty. Hustling into the game is number 80, Darren Howell, for the Falcons. Coming out, number 97, Doug Smith. Spence will bring the play in. This will probably change the plan a little bit for the Heat here. Graham Kelly, a pretty good punter for them. Cooper Gibb can punt a little bit as well, I believe. So we'll see what they do here if they have to. But we're going to try and get it on 3rd and 10 here. Probably not 2-down territory. Spencer's going to drop back over the top. He's got a receiver deep. It's Kelly. And it is a 1st down. Fumble came out. Ball. They're calling that incomplete. He never had control of it. Ball is incomplete. Boy, he bobbled that thing for 5 yards if he never had control of it. And they are going to punt it here. Are the Heat on 4th and 10. More tradition. Oh, snap over his head. Spence is back to throw it. Can he do something with it? He's going to be wrapped up. No, he breaks the tackle. Now he's going to get brought down finally at the 20-yard line. A 20-yard loss for Colton Spence. Whole host of black jerseys back there. And now the offense for the Falcons in prime territory for their second drive to start. 1st and 10 on the edge of the red zone, right at the 20-yard line. 3:18 to go in the first quarter. The Falcons with a prime opportunity to try to tie this one up. Simons gets the snap. He's going to keep it. Rolls right. He's going to go forward. They're going to give him 4 or 5. He reached out. We'll see where they say the knee was down at. Looks like it's going to be just shy of the 15, but we'll give him 5 yards for Bresden Simons. He's got 4 carries for 15 yards unofficially. Brings up 2nd down and 5 from the 15 as they work deeper into red zone territory here for the Falcons. First time they've found themselves there. Their first drive stalled out after 1 first down. Running out to the far side, wide receivers Riley Wallace. He's all alone out there. I formation behind Simons under center this time. Ruddy, the deep setback. Handoff's going to go to Ruddy. He sidesteps one. Nice little jump step. He's going to gain a couple yards because of it. It was a nice little jump step for Ruddy. He's going to go for a gain of 3, it looks like. We'll see where they end up marking it. I'm going to call it. I'm going to give him 2 and call it 3, but I don't know. That probably could go the other way as well. So we're going to call it 2 and a short 3. You could have called it 3 and a long 2, whichever way you want to do it. 2:05 to go. Clock running here in quarter number 1. 3rd down and 2. Definitely 4-down territory here. I formation again. Simons under center. Hand off to the fullback this time. Nothing doing, as that didn't fool anybody on the carry. Jack Flout on the carry. No gain. 4th and 2. This is a huge down for the Falcons. They were given the ball in prime real estate. Need to get a first down, if not a touchdown, right here on this play. Definitely want the first down. I formation again behind Simons. Wide receiver far side. Simons under center. He's going to take the snap, pitch it out. Ruddy's got the first down and a little bit more. He's going to go for a gain of 3, it would appear, and that's enough for a Falcons first down. It'll be first and goal from just inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. A 3-yard gain for Ruddy. They only needed 2, and it's first and goal at the 9. Under a minute to go now. They'll have at least one more play here in the first quarter. Simons brings the play in. They will be under 40 seconds, so they will not have to snap again if they don't want to here in quarter number 1. Simons under center, I formation, 2 tight end set this time. Simons hands off to Ruddy, second back through, and he doesn't get much. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's going to be second and goal at the 8-yard line now. And I do believe that will be the last play of the quarter. So quarter number 1, well, they got 10 seconds left. Simons is bringing the play in. They're at least going to keep them honest. And there comes the, okay, never mind. We're going to walk all the way to the other end of the field. But at the end of 1 quarter of play, it's a good one so far here in Flanagan. In I8FA football action, the Heat lead the Falcons 8-0. We'll take a short break. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
And welcome back here to Flanagan, Illinois. It's high school football, I8FA style, 8-man football from the state of Illinois. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have Mallory on the camera this evening. I want to thank her for hopping over and helping. Valerie, I apologize. Cameron, she says, is a senior. So Cameron Robinson, the senior running back, had a good run and kind of got bottled up on that counter in the next play. But we'll keep it going here as we get ready to go with quarter number 2, and I forgot to mark it. Quarter number 2. It is quarter number 2 right now. First play coming your way. Here we go. I formation set one more time. Ruddy the deep setback. Simons under center. Handoff's going to go to Ruddy. He does bounce it outside, but he's going to be tracked down, and he might actually lose a little bit after getting bounced outside. He ran into a bunch of white jerseys. No surprise. Kane was there. Gibb was there, and they're going to say no gain on the play. Third down and goal from the 8. As we continue in quarter number 2 now, let me see and make sure that that actually updated to quarter number 2. It did. That's what we're talking about. Third down and goal at the 8. They had 3rd and 2 and converted that for their second first down of the night. This is a little bit longer. No first down. It's 2 downs to touchdown as they go 3 wideouts to the far side. O'Reilly and Simons is going to look to throw. He's going to be wrapped up. He throws it. That's incomplete. And there was a receiver in the area, so that's not an all bad throw. Flout was the intended receiver. Flout was the intended receiver. So no penalty on the play. I agree with that call. And a pretty good job of just before getting taken down, he tossed the ball away in the general direction of his fullback, who was lined up in a flanker position that time. It's 4th down and 8 for the Falcons. A huge down for them as they're going to spread everybody out this time. They're going to go 2 wide receivers far, 2 wide receivers near. Simons in the shotgun, all alone. Probably a quarterback draw. There it is. No, he's going to roll left, looks for a receiver. Comes back across, it's knocked down, and a big-time hit. And guess who? That's number 81, Cody Wade, coming in and laying the shot on Simons, and it's a turnover on downs on the incomplete pass. I really expected that to be a quarterback draw, but it was definitely a pass, and he could not find anybody open. And by the time he maybe thought about tucking and run, there was too many white jerseys between him and the goal line. He tried to loft it up last second, and no dice. So here we go. 10:59 to go. After the turnover on downs, it's going to be Heat football again for the third time here in the first half. Spence under center. Counter again. And it's going to be a long one. All alone, nobody there. It's going to be Aiden Garner again on the touchdown run for the Heat from the 8-yard line. Touchdown West Central. A 92-yard touchdown run for Aiden Garner. 151 yards on 4 carries for Aiden Garner, and the Heats lead by 14. The counter worked to perfection that time for the Heat. It did not work in the last drive when Robinson was stuffed for no gain. That time Garner kind of hesitated, found a little seam, and he was well down the field and gone. Nobody in distance. A fake pitch, throw to the flat, intended for Gibb. It's caught. 2-point conversion is good from Spence to Gibb, and it is 16-0 Heat here in the first half. So 16-0 Heat with 10:45 to go. This is like deja vu for quarter number 2 here. It's kind of the same thing that happened in the first quarter. Garner took the first drive of the first quarter, went a 51-yard touchdown run, and this time he goes to the first drive of the second quarter after just 2 plays and scores with 10:45 to go in the first half to get the 2-touchdown and 2-point conversion lead for the Heat. 92 yards on a touchdown run for Garner. And then Spence completed the pass to Gibb. And it is 16-0 Heat as they come out to kick one more time. Falcons on homecoming. Have a long time to get back in this one, though. A lot of time left. 10:45, as I said, remaining on the first half clock. And they'll be back to return to kick. Here comes the kick. Looks like Gibb on the kick for the Heats. He's known to squib it. Squibs it again. Gets to the 40, 37, 38. 37-yard line, it looks like. Ball recovered there by the aforementioned Jackson Torres. It's going to be 1st and 10 Falcons at their own 37-yard line with 10:44 remaining in the first half. First and 10 Falcons. They have 2 first downs, but have just a total of 24 yards of offense. No penalties yet, but have not had much success moving the football. They've had 2 first downs on third down conversions. There's Simons ducks under a couple of Heat defenders and tucks it and runs. He's going to go for a gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Simons has 20 yards on 5 carries. As we get ready to go here, as Simons brings the play in one more time. Going to come out with the flanker to the near side, Riley Wallace. I formation behind Simons, who's under center. He's going to take the snap and pitch it out. Oh, it's going to be a pass across the middle. Whoa, what a catch by Wallace. He's going to go. 20, 10, 5, touchdown Riley Wallace. with a one-handed touchdown catch for Riley Wallace. Number 10, the senior running back, wide receiver, 5'7", 150 pounds, reached that left hand up there, caught the ball, and it's a touchdown from the 42-yard line, a 58-yard touchdown pass for the Falcons, and just like that, they're back in the ball game. They will go for two now. Simons in the shotgun. He's going to roll right. He's going to keep it. He's got some running room. Cuts up inside. And the two-point conversion is good for Simons. And just like that, the Falcons get right back in the ball game, down by 8 with 9:45. There's something about 45s apparently. 9:45 to go here in quarter number 2. Ruddy connects with Wallace for a 58-yard touchdown pass. Simons with the run, and it's 16-8. West Central as we get ready to go here. Two defenses have played really well except for the big play. 9:45 left, and it's going to be heat football if they can get the kick recovered. We'll see what the Falcons do here, if they onside it or kick it deep. It's going to be a short kick at the 33-yard line. Barreling ahead. Going to be out near the 44-yard line. On the carry was Cooper Gibb. We'll see where they mark it. I think it should be the 44. They might put it. They're going to put it at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 heat at their own 45-yard line. 9:40 remaining in the first half. What a catch by Riley Wallace. That's the kind of thing that can change momentum. Spence keeps it. He's going to be bunched up, though. Short gain. He's going to fall forward. See who the first defender there is. Simons, I believe, was the first one there. Also there on the stop, like possibly number 5. No, probably couldn't see the number when he stood up. But it's going to be Simons and friends there on the stop. Spence is going to go for a gain of, they call it 2. I'll call it 2. After the 20 lost on the overhead snap of the punt, he's got negative 18 now. That'll hurt the offensive statistics for the Heat a little bit. I formation behind Spence, 2 tight ends. Handoff's going to go to Kelly. Nope. Spence kept it again. He's going to go, man, they moved that farther than I thought they were going to. It's going to be a gain of 4 to bring up 3rd down and 4. Third down and 4 for the Heat. Clock running, under 8.5 minutes remaining. Actually, yeah, 8:22 it looks like. Spence back under center again. They're at the 50. Oh, what a hit! That's Ruddy, I believe, coming up and putting a big stick on Robinson. It's going to be 4th down and 3 after a 1-yard gain for Cameron Robinson. Boy, it looked like he had some room, and Ruddy just came up and laid the wood. It's 4th down and a short 3 for the Heat at the 47-ish yard line. Probably actually 48 of the Falcons. Spence under center. Big play for this Falcons defense. Robinson again. He's going to be stood up again. Ruddy is there again. And Torres with him. A couple of seniors making big stops for the Falcons and a chance to tie it here as they have it 1st down and 10 at the 46-yard line. So with 7:33 to go, the Falcons get the stop on the Heat and a chance to tie this thing up. They trail by 8, 16-8. And a timeout is going to be taken by, I'm not sure who called it. I didn't see him call it officially. It was White. So the Heat take the timeout. We'll take a quick break as well. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient.
And welcome back. Here we go. Already 2 wides far and near. Simons is going to do the quarterback draw this time, and he's got some running room. He's being dragged down. Ooh, a big hit kind of late, spinning Simons around. They're making the initial hit, drug a little bit, but making the ankle tackle, number 55, Keaton Rubush for the Heat, a gain of 4. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. Simons gets a 4-yard gain. He's averaging 4 yards a carry. One wide receiver near or far side this time. Ruddy, the deep setback. Simons under center. A real deep setback this time. Simons is going to roll right. Looks to throw. Tucks it. And he's got some running room left side. He's got a block, but he went to the outside, and Ruddy blocked him to the outside. Gibb makes the tackle, but it's going to be 3rd down, and, well, let's see where they mark it at. They're going to move it a little farther forward. They're going to call it a 1st down. 6-yard gain for Simons. It's a 1st and 10. Falcons get the 1st down. Clock running. 6:17 to go. Ruddy not as deep setback this time. It is an I formation, however. Wallace to the near side. Handoff's going to go to Ruddy. He tucks it and runs over a player, which is his own blocker. He's going to go for a gain of 8 or 9. We'll see where they mark it. Ruddy just lowered his head and ran right into the back of one of his blockers. A gain of 8. It's going to bring up 2nd down and a short 2. Second down and a very short 2 here. 5:26 to go in the first half. Once again, I formation. Handoff to the fullback. 1st down. That's the fullback, Jack Flout again. He's going to go for a gain of 3, and it's going to bring up 1st and 10. 4th rushing 1st down of the half for Flanagan. It's kind of odd that the score is 16-8, and we have a total of 6 first downs in the first half. That's it. They have been big play scores for both teams. We'll tell you a little bit about those at halftime. As the Falcons and Simons have kind of went to this I formation, offset to the left with all the power. Wallace in the flat, wanted it. Nothing doing this time for Simons. He's going to be dropped for a sack. Gibb, Kane, and others there on the stop. Maybe Rubush there as well. Nope, number 50. 8. That's Noah Johnson in on the stop. A loss of 3. Yeah, maybe 4. We'll give him the loss of 3 for Simons on the sack. Second down and 13. Scoreboard calls it 14. I'm more generous than the home scorer is. It probably could have been 14. They're going to have a hard time getting this one off. And a timeout's going to be called by Flanagan and Coach Reed, as the arm was waving in the deep backfield from the back judge. If you've heard us talk about that a lot. When they get down, and the back judge is writing on his card right back there now. When they get down to 10 seconds, a lot of times he'll put his arm up, and then the final 5 seconds he'll wave his arm back and forth for each second. And as that goes down, you get 5 waves, and if you haven't snapped it at that point, it would delay a game. So the Falcons take the timeout right there to prevent another 5-yard loss. They do not have a penalty in the first half. In fact, we only have 1 penalty in the first half. It's a illegal procedure called on the Heat in the first quarter. It's been a relatively well-played half of football as far as that side of things go. The defenses have actually played pretty well, minus 3 plays. It's literally been 3 big plays that have scored. Other than that, the teams have really had to work hard to matriculate the ball down the field, and neither have been able to do it without the big play. So we'll see what happens here. 2 tight end set this time, I formation. Simons under center. He drops back. He's got 1 receiver out in a pattern. Gibb is there with him. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown! Got to see who that is. Who is that? Number 8? Grant Wisson. So that's from the 36-yard line, a 36-yard touchdown pass, and Gibb was in great coverage there, and somehow, some way, got beat by 1 yard, and that was all it wrote. Touchdown, and I just mentioned the big plays. A 36-yard touchdown pass for the Falcons. And they are ready to go here with a chance to tie it. Simons looking to pass, rolls left, throws over the top. Wide open in the back of the end zone is Wallace. So Simons connects with Wallace for the 2-point conversion. And just like that, a 16-0 run for the Falcons, and we are tied at 16 here on homecoming night for Flanagan Cornell. And it's been 2 straight touchdowns for the Falcons. And Gibb was right there step for step. And then all of a sudden, he just I don't know if he let up or if it was Wisson that found an extra gear, but man, oh man, he took 1 more step. The ball fell right into his arms. Absolutely perfect pass from Simons. And it is a tie ball game here in Flanagan. 3:41 remaining, and we're tied at 16 as we head towards the end of the first half. .36 yards touchdown pass. This is a deeper kick this time. Oh, it's going to be problems, but it rolls out of bounds. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty. You might hear the coaching staff right beside me. It almost died, and he is not wrong. It was about 1 yard. They've had a punt that rolled 1 yard from 49 yards out. It rolled 1 yard into the end zone, and that ball rolled about 1 yard out of bounds. And it might have been a black jersey that came up with it because they were right there at 16-16 and going to be a 5-yard. No, actually, that is a 1 yard penalty, folks. A 1 yard penalty on the kick that went out of bounds. They get it at the 35. And it's 1st and 10. Looks like Garner again, the deep setback for the Heat. Again, the counter, same play that scored earlier from 92 yards out. The Falcons there this time, but it is going to go for a gain of 5 for Garner. He has 156 yards on 5 carries. I formation one more time. Spence kept it, and he lowered the boom offensively that time on Simons, but they're going to give him a 5-yard carry and a first down. Under 3 minutes to go now, 2:48 remaining as we get ready to work towards the half. Don't forget, if there's any Falcons fans watching, we do have the halftime. At the halftime, we have the pregame homecoming announcements for you. We'll play that. I want to thank Tony, your hometown announcer. There's a counter the other direction, and, man, somebody blew that up in a black jersey. On the ground over there, it's Simons. He blew that up. Also over there to make the stop, 67, I believe, Oliver Weber. And that was a loss of 2, and it could have been a whole lot worse as Simons and Weber blew that thing up in the backfield. Garner dropped for a loss of 2. 2nd down and 12 now. Spence pitches it out to Garner. He's got some running room around left side. He might go again. He steps out of bounds. Where does he step out of bounds? Short of the first down. It's a gain of 11, but gain of 11. He needed 12. There was nobody stopping him. If he could have tight-roped the sideline, Garner would have been gone again, but he couldn't keep it in bounds. Clock running with 1:44 remaining. Spence, pitch, Garner. Torres out there. Torres is going to bring him down and wrap him up out of bounds. Clock's going to stop. A gain of 11 again for Garner. And a first down for the Heats. $1:30 remaining. Clock stopped. They're going to wind it there. Counter to Garner, and nothing doing again. Weber again back there. A loss of 2 again for Garner. 2 timeouts remaining. 2nd down, and they called it 1. I took 2 away from him. We're getting close to right at a minute. 60 seconds and under now as the clock continues to run. It's 2nd down and 12 on the scoreboard, 11 on my score sheet. Spence drops back. He's got Cooper Gibb open. He catches it, first down. From the 36 down inside the 15 to about the 13. We'll call it a 23-yard completion. First down passing. And now it is going to be Garner again. They hurried that play up off the left side, and Aiden Garner is in for his 3rd touchdown. That is number 11 again, right? Man, Aiden Garner, have yourself a day, young man. Lauren, hello. Thanks for joining us. Aiden Garner from 13 yards out scores, well, what are we doing here? They're talking, Coach Reed is talking to the officials. They start the clock, the play clock. It is a touchdown, or is it a touchdown? Spence going to pitch it out to Garner, and he's in. Okay, so it was a touchdown. They had me all discombobulated. There was a lot of talking going on. So it's 24 now to 16. As Garner goes in from 13 yards out. As the scoring is becoming plentiful here. Key play on that was the 36-yard completion, or 23-yard completion, excuse me, from the 36. 38 seconds remaining. That's a big play for the Heat because the Falcons get the ball first in the second half. (24-16). Mallory telling me that Aiden's mom and her used to work together at Lowe's, and she's old. Mallory's old. Mallory, not Aiden's mom. Mallory's old, she says. There's picked up and a chance to run it back. It's Riley Wallace. He's going all the way across the field, and it gets brought down by Wade. They want a horse collar, but I don't think they're going to get it because he had a hand on each side of the front and back, I think, but they're not going to get the call either way. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 from about the 39-yard line. See where they mark it. 1st and 10 to the 39. Yep, 1st and 10 at the that's a 29, excuse me. 1st and 10 at the 29. Told you I couldn't see very well. So 32 seconds left, and you think, oh, you might take a knee. But the way this game's going, you never know when a play might break for a touchdown. So I would imagine the Falcons are going to go for something here, and they are, it looks like. Simons alone in the backfield. 2 wide receivers far too near. In motion goes Wisson, the touchdown receiver from the last play. Oh, and coming in and making a big hit and dropping him for a sack was Graham Kelly, I do believe. Wait for him to turn around. It is Graham Kelly. They are going to take a timeout with 18 seconds left. Ball back to the 23-yard line, a loss of 6 for Simons. So a timeout on the field charged to the Falcons as they, again, with 18 seconds left deep in their own territory, you might think, well, you know, tell you what, there's been long touchdown drives or touchdown plays. They haven't really been to drives to speak of. A 51-yard touchdown run, a 92-yard touchdown run, a 58-yard touchdown pass, a 36-yard touchdown pass, and then Garner's pedestrian 13-yard touchdown run on the last series, which really was a series for the Heat and took much of the remaining first half clock off the scoreboard. But they're going to try it again. And deep backfield and a safety position, as this is as much prevent as you can get if you're an 8-man football team. Simons is going to roll left. Man, there might have been a hold. They didn't call. Oh, and there's a big hit. It's intercepted by Graham Kelly. Can he break a tackle? He cannot. But the Heat are going to have 9 seconds to try to make something happen. Graham Kelly. That's a touchdown-saving tackle, though. Couldn't see if that was number, I think it was 24, Jack LaFout on the stop. Man, that would have been a backbreaker as the INT. And the Heat now are going to say, hey, we'll try it. 2 wide outs, 1 near, 1 far. This is the first time they've had anything outside of They got two tight ends still, though. Spence going to loft it up, running underneath. Guess who? Garner! He comes down with it! Timeout! Oh, my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. Down to the 1 or 2 yard line. Garner comes down with the reception. From the 23 to the 1 or 2. Scoreboard's going to say 1. I'll say 1. A 22-yard completion from Spence to Garner. Garner is having the game of his life. It's like it's his homecoming tonight. He's got 187 yards rushing unofficially, now 22 yards receiving. He's got 3 touchdowns, an extra point conversion, and it's just the first half. 3 seconds left, the final time out of the half taken, and I haven't marked those off. I'm sorry, folks. This is the final time out of the half taken by the Heat. Big, big, big play for the Falcons here. I'm going to guess it's going to be the option. Is it going to be left or is it going to be right? It's fake. It's going to go to Kelly, and he's going to go in. Graham Kelly says, hey, I can score touchdowns too. Graham Kelly goes in from 1 yard out. That's just his 3rd carry of the night, and he's got a touchdown as time expires here in the first half. No time left on the clock. Graham Kelly scores from 1 yard out. Two-point conversion coming here. There was 1 touchdown in the first half, and then it just lit up the scoreboard in quarter number 2, Quarter number 1, just 1 touchdown. And it changed in a hurry in quarter number 2. Spence, he's going to run the option, pitches it out to Garner. He's got the corner of the end zone. He's in again. And back all the way down the field, pushing and blocking, was Graham Kelly and number 1, Cole Bradbury for the Falcons. But the run is good, and just like that, it's 32-16. The Heat get the touchdown, and I forgot to mark the touchdown, so we'll show that up there. As Justin Blauer watching, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Valerie's still here. Big, big Brian watching us again, saying let's go Heat. We appreciate all you folks watching. So we are at the half. It is 32-16 here in Flanagan. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some stats. We'll let you watch the pregame homecoming ceremony from Flanagan High School here. Once again, they did crown their homecoming king and queen. I want to thank Tony, the announcer, for hopping on a headset and letting us record him so you folks at home can watch this. We'll be back with some stats and scoring plays in just a few minutes. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At this time, we would like to take some time to announce this year's Grand Marshals and Homecoming Court. Each year, student council members of Flanagan Cornell High School choose 2 community members to honor as the Grand Marshals of the Homecoming Parade. This year, we chose a new member and a retiring faculty member to welcome into the Falcons and honor those that have served our school community for many years. This is the school's way of saying thank you for all that you do. We really appreciate it. This year's Grand Marshals are the new superintendent, Mr. Jeremy Heck, and the retiring Mrs. Christy Burton. Mr. Heck is our new superintendent. He joins the Flanagan Cornell School District with a strong background in education, having spent the early part of his career teaching and coaching in the Woodland School District. He later served as an administrator in both the Herscher and South Wilmington school districts. Mr. Heck is excited to be part of the Flanagan Cornell community and is looking forward to the great things ahead. His experience, enthusiasm, and commitment to education make him a valuable addition to our district. Mrs. Burton is a proud graduate of Prairie Central High School. She has dedicated her time over the past 30 years to teaching, primarily focusing on English and social studies at Flanagan High School, Flanagan Cornell High School, and Flanagan Grade School. Throughout her career, Mrs. Burton not only excelled in the classroom, but has also made meaningful contributions outside of it, coaching softball and flags, and supporting countless school activities and events. Her passion for education and her students has made her a true cornerstone of our school community for over 30 years. In her free time, she enjoys golfing, visiting Mexican restaurants, and spending quality time with her husband, Joe. Mrs. Burton, your time, dedication, and unwavering commitment to the school district and the students you've served are deeply appreciated. Thank you for everything you've done. We wish you nothing but the best in the next chapter of your life. And now your homecoming court. The freshman attendants are Tegan Rich, sister of Mason Rich and the daughter of Josh and Aaron Rich, and Ryan Baum, son of Robert and Ashley Baum. The sophomore attendants representing the class of 2028 are Maddie Freeman and Chris Manriquez. Your junior attendants, Brittany Russman, daughter of Stephen Russman and Elise Russman, and Reese Pelnarsh, son of Dave and Allison Pelnarsh. The senior attendants are Cora Edens, daughter of Kevin Edens and Danielle Pollitt, and Darren Howell, son of John and Paula Howell. Marley Highland, daughter of Matthew Highland and Tammy Powell, niece of Hope Highland, and Logan Ruddy, son of Joe and Tricia Ruddy. Carly Foff, daughter of Matt and Amanda Foff, and Jackson Torres, son of Rosie Torres and Jenna Delaney. Finally, your last couple, Lainey Pinkerton, daughter of Nati Deffenbaugh and Todd Pinkerton, and Oliver Weber, son of Dan and Heather Weber. This year, the crown bearers are Raylan Folkerts, daughter of Michael and Corey Folkerts, and Ben Hulse, son of Ben and Lacey Hulse. They are being escorted by last year's King and Queen, Seth Jones and Cameron Bresner. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Homecoming King and Queen are Jackson Torres and Carly Foff. Congratulations to the new homecoming king and queen and all the attendants here tonight.
Well, welcome back here, folks, to live action at Flanagan Cornell High School in Flanagan, Illinois. You're watching TSSR Game Time live coverage of the I8FA on TSSR. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Mallory running the camera tonight. Thanks, everybody, for joining us, and it has been a fun one. As we, and I really don't even know where to start with the scoring plays. We'll tell you the offensive production. The offensive production, we'll start with the visiting team, the West Central Heat. They lead 32-16 at the half. They have unofficially six first downs, four on the ground, 2 through the air. 1 penalty for 5 yards. As a team at the half, unofficially 26 carries for 221 yards. Colton Spence lost 20 on a punt that went over his head, a punt snap that went over his head, so it kind of skews that a little bit. But he came back to be down to only -9 yards. 6 carries for 27 yards for Cameron Robinson. 3 carries only for 6 yards for Graham Kelly, but that last one was a touchdown as time expired in the half. A 1-yard touchdown run. The player of the half, though, who had a career for a lot of people in the first half, was Aiden Garner. He has 13 carries for 187 yards. Oh, by the way, he also caught the pass that gave him first and goal at the 1 with 3 seconds remaining that resulted in Graham Kelly's touchdown run. Cooper Gibb has a first down reception as well for 23 yards. That got them to the 13 on the series before, which we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about when we talk about the plays, the scoring plays in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, for the Falcons of Flanagan Cornell Woodland, they have 4 first downs unofficially, all on the ground. They have just 1 penalty, and it ended up being for 1 yard. On a kick that rolled out of bounds at the 34-yard line, they moved it to the 35. So literally a 1-yard penalty. And that came on their last kick after their second touchdown. They kicked to open the game. The Heat had the ball first. Now, we'll look at the stats for the Falcons. 17 carries for just 41 yards. They have not had a carry over 8 yards in the game. 9 carries for 21 yards for Bresden Simons, who is the quarterback, so he's been sacked his last 2 carries. He was up to 30 yards. He's now down to 21. So, if it was the NFL, that would be different. That'd go against the passing yards, but in high school it goes against the rushing yards. Logan Ruddy has 6 carries for 17 yards, and Jack Flout has 2 carries for 3 yards. As a team, the Falcons are 2 of 7 passing for 94 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. That 1 interception is what led to the last touchdown of the half. Simons is 1 for 6 for 36 yards with a touchdown and an interception. Logan Ruddy is 1 for 1 for 58 yards and a touchdown. Receptions in the game belong to Riley Wallace, who caught a one-handed pass about 25 yards downfield and went the distance for a touchdown. We'll talk about that in a minute. And Wisson caught one as well, 36 yards. Now let's look at the plays from scrimmage here. And they were something else. Now, I should say the scoring plays, not the play from scrimmage. With 9:33 left in the first quarter, Aiden Garner scored from 51 yards out. He had the run, and it was 8-0. That was after 1 first down, folks. So they got 1 first down there. After a turnover on the snap turnover on downs technically, but the snap that went over Colton Spence's head. Heat stopped the Falcons on 4th and goal at the 8. Garner comes out, next carry, 10:45 left in the second quarter, 92 yards on a counter, and then Spence connects with Gibb for the pass, and it's 16-0 Heat. Heat are dominating, big plays. At that point, the Falcons haven't been able to get anything going. Coach Reed and the Falcon coaching staff throw a little curveball just 1 minute later, 9:45 to go, a pitch to Ruddy, and it was obvious from the drop it was going to be a halfback option pass, and he connected with Riley Wallace for a 58-yard touchdown pass. And Riley Wallace come from the left side, cutting across to the right side, and had a beautiful left-handed, one-handed catch and outran the defense for a 58-yard touchdown run or touchdown catch. Simons ran it in. It was 16-8. Quarter, they go back and forth. Again, another give it back to the Falcons. Again, do the Heat. They can't score. Simons to Wisson, 36-yard pass. 23 of Simons to Wallace for the 2-point conversion, and we're tied at 16, and we have a game. The Heat get the ball, the first real drive of the game. They take the ball down the field. After getting it at the 35-yard line, a pass for 23 yards gives them a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line, and Garner again from 13 yards out, and it is 24-16 with 38 seconds remaining. Garner got the 2-point conversion run. Then there's 38 seconds left, 32 seconds left, I believe, by the time Wallace ran across the field trying to make something happen on a kick return. It's 1st down, it's 2nd down. There's a sack, a timeout. With 18 seconds left, Simons throws the ball up. He gets hit as he throws, and Graham Kelly is there for the interception. He takes it back to the line of scrimmage. So it was 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line with 8 seconds left. Spence drops back. Garner comes out of the backfield, does a wheel route, and actually he was not. He was lined up out wide that time. He goes down for a little fly route. They just loft it up to him, 1-step drop and loft it. Garner catches it, comes down at the 1. Heat use their final timeout, and Graham Kelly plunges it in with no time on the clock, and that's where we stand. 32-16 at the half. The Heat lead the Falcons of Flanagan, Cornell, Woodland here in I8FA football action on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We've got the 3 minutes warming up on the clock, I do believe. We're going to go ahead and play part of one of our MDH interviews. We'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes. You're watching the I8FA on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
And welcome back. I am Patrick Osterman, subbing in for TSSR Game Time Live halftime interview. And today I'm with Vice President of Human Resources here at MDH, Bill Corbin. Bill, welcome.
Thanks, Pat.
Now, how long have you been at MDH?
I've been here now 4.5 years.
So when you first started at MDH, and you've always been the Vice President of Human Resources, you came to the organization at a pretty interesting time. I think pretty interesting for everybody in the world. You got here right at the start of the COVID onset.
Yes, I did. I started April 13th of 2020, so right after COVID kind of hit, and so it was an interesting time.
What kind of challenges did that put for you? Because coming into a new organization, there's always those challenges, new town, getting to know new people, and then you throw a pandemic on like that. How much of a challenge was that for you?
I would say it was a pretty big challenge. Obviously, getting to know the leadership team at MDH, getting to know the community members, and just kind of settling into the community, it was a challenge. During that time, we made some difficult decisions from a leadership standpoint. We went through some downsizing due to the pandemic. and we had some layoffs as well as some kind of furloughs. We did bring some of the employees back, so it was definitely a challenging time.
But as we went through those challenges, now that we're 4 years past all that, you start seeing the growth back, and it's always nice when you can actually hire people more. And I know that's a big part of your job. I know you got a staff, and you can talk about your staff as well that work for you in human resources. But obviously, that's a big part of your job.
Absolutely, absolutely. The recruitment is a huge part of my position as well as human resources. I have a great team. I have a team of 3 individuals, and they are amazing. I have HR generalist, HR assistant, and the recruiter. They spend the majority of the time focusing on the HR functions, payroll, benefits, obviously recruitment, and the key piece is bringing in the right candidate.
Yeah, we're going to have to cut that short as it's time to go football second half style here at Flanagan Cornell High School in Flanagan, Illinois. Thanks for tuning in here for the second half of what, if the first half or second half is anything like the first half, it's going to be a fun one. -2 plays. It's been really good defense for the Heat. They'll kick off. Flanagan is up this time, looking for the squib again from Gibb. It's another squib. It's going to go to Torres. This time he catches it on the hop, but he ain't going to go anywhere because over there making the stop was Cody Wade, number 81. And that's how the second half starts. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line for the Falcons. Just underway in the third quarter. So I will try to get the scoreboard updated for you folks at home. As we get ready to go here with the first play of the second half. One wide, one near and far. Simons pump fakes, and, oh, man, I thought he lost the ball for a second. Nothing doing. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. Great coverage. That's a coverage sack in 8-man football. You don't see that very often, but that's what it was. Simons is going to lose yardage for the 3rd time in a row. Lose 4. Coach Kirby on the far side hollering. You might have been able to hear him. I could. At Noah Johnson saying, come here. 2-man off defensive line. It's Rubush and Johnson. Looks like they're going to be the only 2 down linemen for the Heat. Wide receivers near and far. 1. 2 setbacks, 1 on each side of Simons. This time he's going to throw right into the flat. It's going to be completed to Riley Wallace. And he's going to gain 8. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. Or 7, actually. No, 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and 6. An 8-yard completion. First completion, it wasn't a touchdown for the Falcons. Once again, same formation. Wide receiver near and far. Setbacks beside Simons, who was in the shotgun. This time it's a draw. He's going to be wiggled around, thrown around. Finally breaks the tackle. Still got a hold of him. Does a white jersey, and he keeps pushing. He keeps pushing, and a first down. What a run by Bresden Simons. That is just pure guts, folks. He had 6 of the white jerseys had hands on him, I think, before he finally came down. A gain of 7 and a first down rushing the ball for the Falcons. That's the kind of momentum-changing carry that the Falcons need here as they trail by 16. 9:40 remaining in the third quarter. Well, they got a tight end far side now. Handoff's going to go to Ruddy. Stiff arm. That second stiff arm doesn't work on Cody Wade, as Wade's going to wrestle him to the ground finally, and then helping him up is Graham Kelly. Ruddy's going to go for a gain of 1. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. There was a white jersey in a backfield that had a shot at Ruddy, but Ruddy did a good stiff arm move and kind of sidestepped him. Got across the line of scrimmage, a short gain, 2nd down and 9 at the 48-yard line. Wide receiver far side, tight end near side, I formation behind Simons under center. Ruddy the deep step back fake, rolls right, does Ruddy. He's got running room this time. Wade is out there, and a couple white jerseys knock each other off of him. Simons is going down a sideline, shoestring tackle. And a flag is going to come out on Simons as he was trying to get off of a white jersey down there, and I think it's going to be on Simons for a kick, but we'll see. That's going to be, and Ruddy comes over to talk to the official, says, come on now. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Simons. I was afraid that's who it was going to be on. He's going to take that ball down to the 14. $40 yards on the carry for Simons. And then a 15-yard penalty. But it'll be 1st and 10 from where the 15-yard penalty is, I do believe. But they're not marking it that way. If that's the case, it'll be 1st and 25. Yeah, they're going to move it back. That's what I thought. It will be 1st and 10 from the end of the penalty, not from where the down was. So that if there's anything good out of this play for the Falcons, they do still have the 1st and 10. They don't have 1st and 25. But it's going to be 1st and 10 at about the 20. Well, he ran farther than the 14 because it's at the 27. So he actually went at the 13. And I formation again, wide receiver far and near. Simons under center. Just a 3-man line. Simons drops back, looks right, rolls right. Now he's going to trip up, come back to the left, breaks the tackle. Upfield he goes. He's going to go for a gain of 7. And another, if that's on Simons again, that could be his 2nd unsportsmanlike. No, it wasn't Simons this time. That was on Torres, maybe? We'll see. Or LaFlute, one of the two there. No, it's number 22 who came up out of the pile. Emmett Haraney, who's coming off the field now. I think that's who that is, 22. Yes, it is. And a 15-yard penalty. So the run will count. It's a 7-yard run for Simons, but a 15-yard penalty is going to be marked off afterwards. So after having only one penalty for 1 yard in the first half, they've got 2 unsportsmanlike penalties on back-to-back plays and now have 3 penalties for 31 yards, and now they face the 2nd and long. It's going to be 2nd and 18 at the 35-yard line. Clock starts to run. 7:50 to go. In the third quarter. Simons going to just tuck it and run this time. Straight quarterback run. Bounces it right, bounces it back left. He's going to get most of the back to the original 1st and 10 line of scrimmage. And it's going to bring a gain of, well, they're going to move him past that, or are they? Yeah, give him a gain of 9. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. He now has 80 yards on 14 carries. 7:15 clock running, 3rd and 9, and the 26-yard line of the Heat, so it is probably 2-down territory here. Simons has had some good openings to run once he breaks a tackle or two. He was not able to do that in the first half. He's done it here early in half number 2. See if he can continue to do that. Ruddy is going to go to the right. LaFlute is to the left of Simons. He drops back, looks left. It's the pass into the flat. Tackle is going to be by Wade. It is a pass completed to number 24, LaFlute. It's going to be a gain of 7, 4th down and 2. Fourth and 2, a huge play for the Falcons offensively. Trailing by 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. They could really use this one here. 4th down and 2, I formation, 2 tight end set. Simons keeps it, and he gets hit in the backfield, but I think he fell forward enough. I think he got it. We're at a bad angle, but it sure looked like he got it. They stopped the clock. They're going to – no, yeah, he did get it. He did get it. It was a second effort again for Simons. So he got 3 yards, needed 2. Needed 2, got 3, and it is a first down on the ground after all of that. And the Falcons have had the ball the entire third quarter. With 5:30 remaining, they've had over half the quarter here on this drive. Excuse me. Simons under center again. Handoff's going to go to Ruddy. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage. He is going to fall forward, gain a yard or 2. That was Rubush, the first one to hit him there. It's going to bring up 2nd down and a short 9 or a long 8. We'll give Ruddy 2 on that, so we'll call it 2nd down and 8. Logan Ruddy, 6'4", 185-pound senior. Clock continues to run. Into the flat. He's got a receiver. He's open. Who is that over there? Is that Riley Wallace? It is Riley Wallace, number 10. So he's down to the 10-yard line or the 5-yard line. He's right at the goal line, isn't he? 1st and goal at the 1. A 14-yard completion. And Simons. Simons, 16 carries, 84 yards now. And it's a touchdown to bring within, if they can get the 2-point conversion, they will be within 1 score. .359 left. They had the ball for 7 minutes and 1 second. No, 8 minutes and 1 second, wouldn't it be? 2-point conversion attempt coming here. Simons looks to throw. He's going to tuck it, try to run, throws into the flat, wide open is Ruddy. So, just like that, it has been closed to a 1-possession game. I say just like that. We talked about how there were no real drives in the first half. That was a drive. 8 minutes and 1 second. With 3:59 to go, Flanagan is back within 8 here in the third quarter. So, a pass from 23 to 12, and it's 32-24. Oh, sorry about that, folks. I'm going to kick it off one more time here. Are the Falcons. Semi-deep kick. Gibb is there. He gets it at about the 27. He's going to get it out to the 35. First one there on the tackle. As he comes off here. Looks like it was number 30. That was Chris Held on the stop. We'll give him the 36-yard line. An 8-minute and 1 second drive to open the second half. Fans getting into it here on the near side now as it's a one-score game again. Spence, counter to Garner. Oh, and a big, maybe touchdown-saving tackle out there on the far side. He got touched and held up, and then Cole Bradbury came and made a huge shoestring tackle to bring Garner down after a gain of 3. They're calling it 2. Yeah, probably 2. We'll call it 2. Second down and 8. One-score game again. 32-24 here in the third quarter. Iron Spike Bowl going on in Bushnell right now. West Prairie Southeastern and Bushnell. Graham Kelly on the carry. He literally got picked up by a black jersey. I couldn't see who it was. He's going to go for a gain of 5. It's going to bring up, well, maybe not. They're moving it back a little bit. Gain of 4. We'll call it 3rd and 5. Pretty sure I just heard somebody in the stand say, "What's the white hat do? He just stands back there." Counter again. Oh, and nothing going that time for Garner in the heat. Simons and friends were there. A loss of 3, and it's 4th down and 8. Spence is going to try to punt. This was a huge blunder. The only blunder of the first half for the Heat was the snap over his head that resulted in 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Falcons, who did not score, though, that time. Good snap this time. Spence lays into one. Nice punt. Going to land at the 30 or 26-yard line and then roll. Where they're going to mark it. Where are they going? It must have bounced out of bounds, they said, at the 22-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 21 or 22. We'll see where they mark it here. They call it the 21. Scoreboard's got it right. 1st and 10 at the 21 for the Falcons, who have scored on their only possession of the second half. They trail by 8 to the Heat. They had the ball for 8 minutes and 1 second, folks, on their opening drive of the first half. They're going to go 3 wide receivers to the far side. Simons all alone in the shotgun formation. 1 tight end near side. He's going to drop back, looks. Now he's going to roll left, cut back to the right, and he's going to be tripped up. Little to no gain on the play. white jersey coming up to take his legs out. And that was number 48 making the stop, Davion Price, I do believe, a sophomore. So no gain on the play for Simons, as he's at 17 carries for 84 yards now. Back to the I formation. Single tight end near side, single wide out far side. Fullback. The ball is reached out. Might have looked like a fumble on the screen, but it's LaFlante going for a 3-yard gain. I'll give him a 3-yard gain. 3rd down and 7. So they actually started at the 22-yard line. Final play of the third quarter, maybe. He's got a receiver open in the flats. Kane was covering over to cover. Wisson was the intended receiver. He threw behind him. It's incomplete, so there will be another play here in the third quarter. First incompletion of the second half for the Falcons. Coming in late to the play, number 14, Hunter Kane. 4th and long. They're going to punt here. Get it away. Not nearly as good a punt this time. It'll get a good roll, though. He was under pressure once again. It's going to be blown dead at the 47-yard line of the Falcons with 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So the defense for the Heat step up, make the stop. They lead by 8 as we have just the second possession of the quarter for the Heat. They do not have a second half first down as of yet. Garner comes back in. Gibb comes to the near side as a tight end. Kelly, the fullback. Colton Spence under center. And again, the counter, and again, nothing doing. He breaks a tackle. Finally brought down by Simons, but a loss of 3. So short 3, long 2. I'm going to call it 3. The counter not working here in the second half, and we come to the end of the third quarter of play. It's 32-24 Heats as we head to quarter number 4. We'll take a break. You're watching the Illinois 8-Man Football Association on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and, not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
And welcome back here as we head to the fourth quarter. 4 fingers in the air from both teams as we get ready to go with the final 12 minutes. 34-24 the score. A great one brewing here as we head to the end of this one at Flanagan High School. It's homecoming for the Falcons, and the Heat are trying to ruin it. They've done a good job thus far. The defense has been very good for the Heat, other than that 1 8-minute drive that the Falcons opened the second half with. It's second down, and man, that looks a lot different to me. Looks like second down and a definite 2 now. Or 12, excuse me, instead of 13. Spence pitch. Garner rounds a corner. That could be a horse collar. No flag, but man, that looked like one. A loss of 1. Very, very short yard. Thanks, everybody, for hopping into live chat. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We greatly appreciate you being here. We're just underway in the fourth quarter. 11:23 to go. It's 3rd down and 13. It's a long 13, short 14 for the Heat. They have not had any success here in the second half. Kelly this time. Nope, Spence is going to keep it. He's got some running room. He's across the 40, down close to a first down for the Heat. Probably in 4-down territory now. They're going to move it back a yard. So we're going to give him 12 yards on the carry for Spence. That'll put him in positive yardage with 3 yards on 5 carries. But more importantly, it's 4th down and 1 for the Heat. This is Graham Kelly territory. You'll probably see as much of a goal line defense as you can from Flanagan, Cornell, Woodland here. Spence walks up under center. Kelly, the fullback. And they try to get him to jump off sides. And a timeout's going to be called by the Heat. They jumped, but they didn't make contact, which was a huge deal for the, and they'll have 2 timeouts remaining. Will the Heat the rest of the way? We'll take a quick break, 30 seconds. We'll be back. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
And welcome back. Big 4th down play coming here. 4th and 1 at the 39. Spence under center. Handout's going to go to Kelly, and he'll have the first down. A 2-yard gain and a first down, the first one of the second half for the Heat. And it's a big one as they get the first down with 10:23 remaining, and they want the clock to run as a down marker is set. Graham Kelly got 2. He only needed 1. He's got 12 yards on 5 carries. Garner has been the workhorse tonight. So he's had a lot of success. The counter, though, here in the second half, and the pitch hasn't worked. They have not had much success. Now the handoff's going to go to the counter again, and again, they are back there. Simons, and it looks like number 97, Doug Smith on a stop. Could have been 67 Oliver Weber again as well. So a loss of 2 for Garner again. He had 11 carries for 189, or 13 carries, or 11 carries, for 180. 10 carries for 187 yards in the first half. He's lost a negative on all but 1 carry since then. That time, it's Kelly on the carry. 3rd down. I want to give him 4. That's his longest run of the day. He's got 4 4-yard carries, does Graham Kelly. He has not broken anything yet. The pitch has not worked. The counter has not worked for the Heat. They have ran Spence up the middle, which has been their biggest play. That was the 12-yard run a few moments ago. This time it's going to be Spence keeping it again. And this time he runs into a blocker. He is going to fall forward. Simons got his ankles. LaFlaught there as well. Boy, he falls a long ways forward. He gained 4. It's 4th and 2. Another 4th down attempt coming for the Heat inside the 30 of the Falcons with 8 minutes remaining. By the time the snap will come, it'll be under 8 minutes. It's 8 minutes right now. Well, they went, then they came back. Maybe a timeout coming here from the Heat. He's waiting for the arms to start. There's 4, 3, 2, and Coach Kirby's over there by the side judge on his side, and a timeout is called. 7:45 remaining, 4th down and 2. We'll take another quick break. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, coverage of the Illinois 8-Man Football Association from Flanagan, Illinois, and Flanagan Cornell High School. We'll be right back.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing how, getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
And welcome back. Here we go. Just as we came out of the last time out, a big 4th down. Here's another big one. The camera zooms in a little tighter. This is a big one. Hand off. Kelly. I don't think he got it. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like he's short to me. No gain on the play. Turnover on downs. Huge stop for the Falcons. And they have the ball back with 7:38 remaining in the football game. They can't take the lead, but they can tie it. Here we go. So huge plays in the first half from both these teams. The only big play has been a 40-yard run by Simons that was kind of wiped out from a successive unsportsmanlike penalty that was called on Simons at the end of the run. But they eventually got down and got the score. We're down. It's an 8-point game now. Here we go. Simons going to keep that one right off the bat. He runs around the left side, and he's going to go close to a 1st down. 8 or 9 on the carry for Simons. See where they mark it. Gain of 8. 2nd down and 2. 92 yards now on 18 carries. Unofficially for Simons. Clock continues to tick. Approaching the 7-minute mark. Ruddy's going to bring the play in this time. Trying to save a few steps for Simons. We'll see if Ruddy's the quarterback. Ruddy is the quarterback. Ruddy, who threw the touchdown pass, is the quarterback. He's going to roll right. He's just going to keep it, and he's going to be bottled up, but it's going to be close to a 1st down. He got 1. Short of 2. Ruddy has 9 carries for 21 yards. 3rd down and a very short one. You could almost, a little more than inches. It's probably a half a yard or so. 6:20 to go in the football game. No real hurry, but the more time you take off, the more important this drive becomes. Oh, a hesitation, and that's going to be Simons taking the snap, and he'll have the 1st down. A gain of 3, and it's 1st and 10 for the Falcons. You could hear Coach Kirby from this side of the field. Just concentrate. It's 23-12. It's 23-12, and the fans are in the near side here agreeing it's 23-12. Pitch is going to go to 12. Oh, they go for the ball. Ruddy grabs a hold of it. He's going to hold on to it, but, man, somebody went for the football in a big way right there. But Ruddy did a great job of getting both hands on the football, not giving it up. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 5. Second down and 5 for the Falcons, as we'll be under 5 minutes to play when this play takes off, I would imagine, as we're at the 5:10 mark right now. Couldn't see what white jersey went for the football, but somebody wrapped him up, and there was a white jersey, took both hands and tried to rip that football out, but Ruddy had a death grip on it. Wallace goes wide out far side. It's 24 and 12 in the backfield behind 23. We'll just go with numbers. And there's an offsides. The hard count might have just got the first down. The second penalty of the game for the Heat. A 5-yard penalty, 10 yards, and I think it's going to be a first down. It is. First down by penalty. First and 10 in Heat territory at the 48-yard line. Big penalty for the Heat right there. Once again, one wide out, far side. Boy, he was offsides near. They call him okay now. He did back up. Simons going to look left, keeps it, cuts back, breaks a tackle. He slid inside one, but Wade grabbed the left leg as he ran by, and Simons is going to be brought down, but not until he gains about 5 or 6. Call it a gain of 5. It's going to bring up second and a short 5. 100 yards now on 20 carries. Under 4 minutes to play, 3:50, 3:48, 3:47. Simons under center. Pitch is going to go to Ruddy. Ruddy's got some running room. Wade grabs him again. He's going to have a first down. He's going to get out of bounds inside the 35. From the 43 to the 32, an 11-yard run for Ruddy, and more importantly, another first down. 3:25 to go. Probably going to have to start it. If you're going to matriculate the ball down the field, the Falcons are going to have to start. They got 3 timeouts, but they might have to start hurrying a little bit more. Dropping back to pass. Simons is going to keep it. He's got a wide open receiver. It's LaFont. He's at the 10, 5, and out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Out of bounds at the 1. He threw the football out, but there was not a referee close to make a call on that. 96 yards now passing. First and goal at the 1 for the Falcons. LaFalk that time got 31 yards. He's got 38 receiving yards. And then right up the middle, I don't know if he got in. They did get in. Simons is going to get the 1-yard touchdown run. Got to go for 2 here, I would imagine, because you got to tie it up. So a touchdown. We're a 2-point conversion away from being tied. With 2:45. There's another 45. It's 2:45 this time. In the fourth quarter, a little talking going on again with the officials. They're going to take a timeout as they weren't ready for the 2-point conversion, and this is as important of a 2-point conversion as you're ever going to see with 2:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. If you're tuning in, thanks for joining us here in this one, as it's coming right down to the wire, and this 2-point conversion is huge. Once again, the Falcons just got within 2 at 2:45 left in the fourth quarter. Simons from 1 yard out. It's his second 1-yard touchdown run. The play before that was perhaps even more impressive. He looked left and then tucked it and ran right, and he found his receiver wide open in the flat. But then the Heat tracked him down before he could get to the goal line. He reached the ball out. He did hit the pylon, but I don't know if that was the Heat defender or the ball that hit the pylon. There was not an official that was down there to really see the angle, so it was first and goal at the 1. Here we're going to go. Simons looks right, throws right. He's out of the end zone, but he dives in. It's good. We're tied. And that is number 17, I think. Or is that Ruddy, number 12? It was Ruddy. Logan Ruddy gets the 2-point conversion. He caught it outside. He had a white jersey on him. He spun and got the ball in the end zone, and we are tied at 32. Tell your friends, folks, this one's going to be fun. We got 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. As much problems as the Falcons had moving the ball, except for big plays in the first half, the Heat have had more problems than that because they haven't been able to break one in the second half. The Falcons have scored 2 touchdowns. We're tied at 32. 2:45 left. Two of the top 10 teams in – are they making fun of me? 116 people watching us right now. We need a few more. Share it, folks. This is going to be good down the stretch. There's the kick. It's going to bounce and bounce. Gibb picks it up at about the 24-yard line and runs out of bounds across the 25, nearing the 30, angling right and out of bounds. See where they're going to mark it. It looks like the 27-ish yard line. First and 10 Heat at the 27-yard line. 2 minutes, 41 seconds left in the football game. Regulation. We're tied at 32. I don't know who that mom is right there, but I need to get her up here on this. That's Ruddy's mom? Are you Ruddy's mom? You're 12's mom. Well, you've got a right to scream then. I appreciate it. Here we go. Spence keeps it. Not much there. On the stop. .22 maybe? Emmett Horaney on the stop. A gain of 1 for Spence. .213 clock running. Now we have a wing T-style formation. Reverse to Garner. He's got running room. Oh, and what a tackle. Who was that? Was that Ruddy? That was Ruddy on the stop. Garner goes for a gain of 8, but that was a touchdown-saving tackle by the senior. 3rd down and 1. A huge defensive play for the Falcons, a huge offensive play for the Heat. Here we go. Spence under center. Pitch is going to go out. Garner takes the corner, and they're going to call a hold. This isn't going to matter. He gets the first down, but there's going to be a hold called, I do believe, on the Heat. We'll see what the call is. It is a hold on the Heat. It's from the original line. It's from the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd down and 11 after the penalty. 20 yards in penalties, and that one was huge. Boy, they moved that. That's not. It's supposed to be from the spot, from the line of scrimmage. They gave him a 12-yard penalty. 3rd and 13. Boy. Yeah, and that's what they're talking about on the West Central sideline. Garner again! Garner across the 30 to the 33-yard line. He's going to be short, but he did get some of the yardage back. from the 25 out to the 34, a 9-yard gain for Garner. 4th down, 4th and 4. Fourth and 4, and the Heat we've got 1 minute and 7 seconds for my ex-colleague in the announcing booth, Jeff Borders. We've got 67 seconds left. He used to hate it when I did that. 67 seconds left in this one in regulation. It's 4th down and 4 from the 34, and they are on to punt. Colton Spence, how important is this snap? They've punted twice. One went over his head in the same exact location. Here's the snap. It's a good one. He's going to get the punt off. It's a nice one as well. Nobody's back. See if he can get a roll, and he does. It's going to roll down from about the 36 to the 31. That's where the Falcons will have it. 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line with 57 seconds left in regulation. Falcons have 2 timeouts remaining, if I'm correct here. 2 timeouts remaining. Only 1 timeout remaining for the Heat. They called them on successive 4th down plays in the 4th quarter earlier, which the second one they did not get, a 4th and 2 in Falcons territory. The Falcons have had 2 very long drives here, but they don't have the time for that. They have 2 timeouts and 69 yards to go. 3 wide receivers near side. Simons, the deep setback, or the quarterback. Oh, he gets hit. It's intercepted. The Heat get the interception. Who is it? It's Jordan Kane. Interception. Possession Heats. Holy momentum changer. 1 timeout and 51 seconds left after Jordan Kane gets the INT. It's 1st and 10, Heat at the 39-yard line. That's not, it's a big deal. Not a huge deal. It's still tied. All you have to do is not let them in the end zone for 51 seconds. That's all you have to do. That's it. Just keep them out of the end zone, Falcons. That's all you have to do. Heat have not been very good offensively here. Garner's got it. Garner's gone. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Heats! Holy smokes. Aiden Garner, you had a career in this game so far. He just went from 39 yards out. $237 yards for Aiden Garner unofficially. $42 seconds left. 2-point conversion, and I think they just got the Falcons to jump off sides. They still have to go. They're going to wave it off. What are we doing here? They waved off the flag. Timeout Heats is what we're being told. So that's their final timeout. If we would somehow go to overtime, the Heat will still get a timeout back. But they lead by 6 with 42 seconds remaining. Aiden Garner. Holy smokes. A 39-yard run after an interception by Jordan Kane. The 2-point conversion coming. And I'm sorry I've been yelling, folks. I'm sure it's been miserable. But, man, oh, man, what a football game. Here they come again. Kelly, the only setback behind Spence. Handoff goes to Kelly. He's going to go in for the 2-point conversion. 40-32. Holy smokes, 42 seconds left. Well, all the Heat have to do is hold the Falcons out for 42 seconds now, right? I said that for the Heat, or for the Falcons with 40-32 the score. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in here, as we'll keep it right here. Now, the question is, do the Heat kick it deep for the first time all night, or does Gibb go ahead and do the squib that he's done all night long? It has prevented any kind of a return for the most part. Looks like they have changed the format as far as the lineup for the kick return. As Ruddy is now on the near side at the 30-yard line. Gibb is on to kick. It is going to be the squib. It's going to go left this time. Bradbury can't track it down. It's going to go out of bounds. And that'll be 1st and 10 at the 35 as it went down to the 23-yard line. That'll be a 12-yard penalty on the Heat. Maybe the 15. Where were they at? 23-yard line, so we'll call it a 12-yard penalty. And here we go. 42 seconds left. 2 timeouts remaining for the Falcons. Down by 8. It has been all Falcons minus that one run from Garner. And here we go. Same formation as the interception came on. This time, Kane is rushing. He's blitzing from the outside. Simons, oh, the ball's out, but the Falcons are going to land on it. "35 seconds remaining. Clock should be running. Got to hurry up here if you're the Falcons. Down to 25 seconds, and a timeout is going to be called with 27 seconds left. We're down to 27 seconds remaining. We'll take a quick break. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MD. And here we go. Already back and ready to go. Keeping one end to max protect. Downfield, Ruddy's there, and it's going to be pass interference on Gibb. Clock is stopped with 21 seconds left. It's going to go back. It's only a 15-yard penalty. It's not the NFL. It's a 15-yard penalty. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, what are you doing? It's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Or from the original line of scrimmage, sorry. 15-yard penalty from the original line of scrimmage. It's not the NFL. It's a 15-yard penalty, but it is an automatic first down. 21 seconds left. Clock running. Getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. Ruddy with the catch. Five-yard completion. Again, overthrown that time. looking for Ruddy. If he'd have pump faked, he might have had. So if that's number 11, Kyle Tangman was wide open down the sideline. Or Wallace, maybe, excuse me. Riley Wallace, number 10, was wide open down the sideline if he'd have pump faked to Ruddy. 3rd down and 5. 12 seconds remaining. Couple more plays probably. Simons rolls left, throws it downfield. Ruddy's there! Look out! Oh, my goodness, it's through his hands. Incomplete, 4th down. Five seconds left. And this will be it. I think it's 5. Could be 6. No, it's 5 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. That fell right in the bread basket of Ruddy, the senior. Simons goes to talk to him, gives him a little tap, says, hey, we're not done yet. We got one more chance. 5 seconds left. This is for a tie or a chance at a tie. 2 wide receivers far, 2 wide receivers near. Simons, the lone player in the backfield. He's going to loft it up deep. This time it's well overthrown and intercepted, and that's going to bring an end to the game. The interception playing deep center field by Colton Spence. And that's how this one is going to end. What a ball game. 40-32 the final. The Heat get the win. They improve to 6-1. The Falcons fall to 4-3. 2 games to go, and man, oh man, that could not have been a much better football game. Of course, it could have been better if you're a Falcons fan, but man, if you folks watching at home, if you didn't have a dog in the fight, that was a fantastic football game to watch. Hey, if you see Coach Reed, could you have him come up and talk to us, if you would? Okay. See if we can get Coach Kirby to come and talk to us. Thank you. Thank you. As we try to get both coaches to come up and talk to us here. I don't know if Coach Kirby will. He is on the far side of the field, but hopefully he will. If anybody can text somebody from West Central that's here, tell them to have Coach Kirby come talk to us as well, if you don't mind. It's Coach Kirby and Coach Reed. Hopefully will come both come talk to us. But, man, whew, that was a fun one. That was a fun one, folks. A heartbreaker that anybody has to lose a game like that, but hopefully we'll talk to both coaches in just a little bit. We'll take a break. I'll add up some stats, and we'll be back. You're watching the Illinois 8-Man Football Association. If you aren't a fan, you should be after that. As one of my guys I follow on Facebook. As I say, if you aren't following me, then you should be. If you aren't a fan of 8-Man football, then you should be. We'll be back in just a few minutes with stats and coaching conversations. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
And welcome back. I am Patrick Osterman, subbing in for TSSR Game Time Live halftime interview.
Right,
and
well,
today
we're
I'm
here with Bill Murdoch, and this is the second year in a row, Bill, that I've talked to you.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably unfortunately for you. I think you might have been the most talked about interview of all of our MDH interviews last year, though.
I don't know whether I need to be proud of that or ashamed of that. I don't know which one to go with.
Maybe both. I don't know.
Probably.
The thing that I find comical is I gave you a hard time last year. As I said, because, man, you're way up the ladder. You know, you're a high-end employee for me to be talking to, and you're even higher up the road now than you were last year.
Yeah. Yes. Last year when we spoke, I was the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer, and since then I've been in the CEO role, Chief Executive Officer here at the hospital for about 8 months now.
Well, not to toot your horn, but everything I hear is good coming out of MDH since you've taken over. So what was your mindset when you stepped into that role, and what do you see MDH doing here this year?
I've never had aspirations to be a CEO of a hospital, but we have a great team here, and I just felt it was that time in my career to step in and take over and see how it goes. We have a great team here at MDH. Very proud of everybody. They're very passionate and have a lot of pride in the organization. So it just made that job so much easier for me to step into my new role.
Yeah, it's easy to work with people who want to do a good job, isn't it? And it seems like everybody I talk to here is that kind of person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody's engaged, and they want to do well, and they want to succeed. And we want them to succeed here at the organization.
I think MDH has always had a pretty good name in the area. What are you trying to do for MDH to even step that up a little bit more?
Right. So Pat Osterman and myself, we've done a lot of community relationship building, reaching out to the community leaders, reaching out to our competitors to see how we can work together better to be a stronger organization overall.
Yeah, strong organization, and you guys continue to add pieces and parts. You've expanded to Monmouth. We talked a little bit about that with your urgent care and physical therapy. The pharmacy is looking really nice right now.
Right, and it's ready to come online. The construction's finishing up this week, and then next step is to get the certifications, inspections going. So we should be open for business later at the end of this year or first part of January.
So we mentioned last year you're relatively local to the McDonough County area. So you're one of the first CEOs that I remember that's local to McDonough. You have like a foothold in the area. Does that make this job, not that being CEO of any company doesn't have meaning, but does it mean a little more for you because you are from here?
It does, and it helps. I think it builds trust because they know I'm local. I'll have that connection with the community. Yes, my mother owns farmland south of town. My father-in-law owns farmland here. My wife's a bomber. She's a leatherneck. I'm a leatherneck. We got kids that are leathernecks too. So I feel like we have a lot of fabric in the community to take this organization to the next level.
Well, we're going to keep the interview shorter, but I cannot get done with this interview without asking if you got any deer last year.
I did. Actually, yes, I did. And as we talked last year too, I participate Hunters for the Hungry, where we donate our harvest, and I did that last year. So yes, I was successful.
So you spend a lot of time at MDH and helping people, and then you're helping people when you're home too.
Try to. That's a little different. You know, you're by yourself, and sometimes that's good to decompress and do all that. But yeah, no, it works out well.
So what's been the biggest surprise? You never had any ideas of wanting to be CEO. What's been the biggest surprise so far since you've taken the job?
Oh, I think just the loyalty our staff has for the organization. They want it to do well, and I think with that support has made this job so much better for me.
Well, Bill, I appreciate you talking to me. It's always fun getting to talk to you, so hopefully we'll do it again next year, and we'll have new big things to talk about from MDH.
Let's plan on it, and thank you for your time and having me on again this year after last year.
Hey, not a problem. Like I said, you were the biggest fan, I think, supported video of all of them. So we'll see if you can continue that. Maybe I should give an award.
You think?
I think we should come up with an award.
Okay, you work on that.
Okay,
and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, I'll do that. We'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes. Welcome back, folks. Sorry, I was trying to tell Coach Kirby how to find his way up here. Coach Reed will come up in a few minutes, I would imagine. But hello, Aiden Garner, and welcome to the party. Hold on a second. I got to turn you up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did some nice things for us. They really did a great job of shutting down our running game in the second half.
Oh, no kidding, right?
We found something, or we hid something. I'm out of breath from upstairs, man.
Oh, and you ran over, too.
Well, they made me feel like you were in a hurry.
Well, I wasn't.
I'm good. Okay, so we held a formation. until the second half purposefully, and we thought we could get something with it. The play that we really thought we would get them on was a sweep. We got a holding call, and that hurt. But we knew that the eye angle for playing that counter was going to be difficult for them. When they're in the eye, they see a better eye angle of that, and they can play it. But when we were in wing, we thought we could hide them a little bit more and brought them across, and it ended up being a big play.
Coach Reed is up here, and
Hi, buddy.
It ended up being a big play, obviously a huge play. I had Garner for 18 carries, 237 yards. I mean, it's close. They did a good job on Graham Kelly, though.
They freaking Jack Wagon's right behind me. They defend us so well. It's so frustrating to play them because they don't let our linemen get off the line of scrimmage. They do such a good job with being physical with us up front, and their kids play tight techniques. And when somebody plays tight techniques, our kids at halftime, and the end of the first half was a big deal, but our kids were really perplexed at halftime because when our tight ends would try to release up to linebacker, we couldn't get. Normally we can get the end to step up field a little bit and get some room to run counter, and they just mauling us going down, and it just made the run game really, really difficult. And we had to find some things that we don't normally have to go to in order to run the football. But some other things that were really big. We threw the ball, what I thought was a completion and a fumble.
Yeah, I did too, actually.
And then we completed it, the same pass down here right at the end of the first half. Cooper made two good catches, I'll say catches, on those, and those were a big deal, and it put us in the right situation for us to do something else to get to halftime. And then we just kind of got lucky with the turnover, and then had another formation that we hadn't shown that helped out.
And thank goodness you had a timeout at the end of the first half still, right?
Yeah, yes. And, I always try to get to that point, but we talk about the middle six, the last 3 minutes of the first half and the first 3 minutes of the second half. And we knew that we won the last 3 minutes of the first half, and we really talked to our kids at halftime about we got to win the first 3 minutes of the second half. And I thought we had it, and then gosh darn 23 gets a great run at quarterback and gets the first down, and I was like, oh, good gracious.
Now, speaking of that first 3 minutes of the second half, for the second week in a row, you've given up really long drives that have resulted in a touchdown for the other team. Actually, last week, I guess it didn't. It almost did. Is that a concern as you move farther through the year? Or you're going to give those up occasionally anyway, but just coming out of halftime, is that a concern?
No, and it's not because of what you said, and I think Coach Reed would say the same thing. They were really long drives. They weren't big one-play shots. If you're not giving up big plays, you can stop people. 8-man football defense is miserable. I wouldn't wish.
He's shaking his head at you.
I wouldn't wish being a defensive coordinator in 8-man football to anybody unless you didn't like them, right? You'd have to not.
So
like
you don't
person.
Like your defensive coordinator?
No, I don't at all, and he knows that. And that's why I make him do that. But it's so hard. And if you can make people drive it and then give up a touchdown, you can, in all honesty, you can live with it because it took them so much work to get there. And you knew the down and distances you were dealing with, and you knew the play schedule that you were dealing with. And 23 is a really freaking good player, really good player. And we didn't do a very good job dealing with him tonight.
You did a better job in the first half than the second half. He started sidestepping some people, breaking some tackles, which I'm sure was kind of getting under your skin a little bit. He broke a lot more tackles in the second half. Maybe has to do with the kids getting tired a little bit and so on.
No, it has to do with that kid being good. He's good. And, Coach Reed said, here you go, 23, get us back in the game. And he did. He did.
At one point in the second half there, right when you did when you got your last touchdown, they said somebody on your side yelled 23 and 12, a fan. Somebody over here yelled 23 and 12. And Coach is shaking his head too. I mean, both of you guys had kids tonight that were the most important parts of the games, I think, for both of you. Garner, Kelly, because they had to defend him. Maybe he didn't get a ton of yards. And then Spence for you guys. And Gibb came up with some things, but that's because Spence could get him the ball and so on. You guys both had a couple of kids that were huge parts of everything that happened tonight, and then you mix all those other kids in doing their job, right?
Yeah, and to be honest, I mean, those kids are allowed to do that because of the other kids. You know, we didn't bust a couple counter trays that were there huge because our guard didn't do a good job of digging out I mean, we had everything else and we didn't dig that guy out, and I was just gnashing my teeth, you know. But then when we got in that formation I was talking about at the end, we got that key block, and we got it. But it was, you know, when we come here, we're in for a dogfight. We know that. You know, Coach Reed and I are buddies, but it sucks playing him. It does, because they are always prepared for us. And, you know, it's hard to come and shake his hand after the game, to be honest, because, you know, one of us lost and that person's hurting, and you never like to see your buddy hurting.
Is it worse in a game like this when there were so many big plays and then there was plays at the end that we could have still been playing?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It's
are those games harder to win and lose when you're friends with the other coach, or is it easier?
Oh, yeah, they're
to do?
miserable, wouldn't you say? They're miserable, yeah. Just like playing Elder. Did you say the same thing? You know, the three of us are good buddies, and those games are just all week. You're just like, ugh. And then, you know, you don't want to talk to them in pregame. You know, you just want to get away from them, and you have to, or you see them at the coin flip, and you're like, hey, buddy, how's it going? You know, and you just kind of have a couple, you know, seconds or whatever that you get to enjoy, and then it's like, you know, we barked at each other during the game. You know?
Yeah, oh yeah. He's like, you see one thing, I see the other.
Yeah, I mean, I barked over at him. I'm like, no, you know, you do that when you're friends. No.
You'll do that later on this week when
he
you talk,
barked,
probably
he
too,
barked
right?
back at me, you know, and I deserved it because the situation we were in. But you know, I probably don't do that if it's, you know, a coach I don't know very well over here. But you know, I knew what they were doing, and I knew how. Doggone it, no.
I got one more thing for you. I said at the end of this game that if you weren't a fan of I8FA, if you watch this game, you should be.
I don't know why people aren't. Do you? I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, you got 150 kids in your school. They got people all over the place here. I mean, this place was a blast tonight. We had people on our side that drove 2 hours and 20 minutes to come, took off work early to come here. You know, you go watch a 1A game tonight, there wasn't a better crowd than it was here.
No,
it wasn't a better football game than it was here. And that was a great football game. You know, we ran counter tray, we ran ISO, we ran sweep. You go watch a 1A football game, they run counter tray.
There's just two less linemen.
I don't know. Yeah, the people that have an issue with this don't understand how big a deal it is that small schools still have football in their house and their communities get to come watch like this. It's awesome.
Well, Coach, congratulations. I'll let you get out of here.
Thanks.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, buddy.
Coach Kirby talking to us for a few minutes, and we'll get Coach Reed under the headset. A bro hug between the two of them, and we'll get Coach Reed under here. Coach, I'll tell you what, that's a tough one, huh?
That is a really tough game. But you know what? It was a fun game. It was an exciting ending, you know, and we had some adversity this week with a couple of our players, and for our other kids to step up like they did against a team like West Central and Coach Kirby, you know, a man that I respect the snot out of. You know, he is, like he said, he's a friend of mine too. I mean, we're just buddies, and we're competitive, and for us to compete like that, going through what we did this week, I'm extremely proud of our guys, and that's why I said after the game, I've never been so happy on a homecoming loss ever, you know, of how we competed. So,
and not to pour salt in the wound for this kid, but Logan Ruddy had such a huge game for you tonight.
Yeah.
And if there's any kid you're going to have to say one play doesn't make or break it's going to be him, because he's going to dream about that last catch that he feels like I'm sure he should have made.
You know, and I thought he had it, and I'm like, oh.
I think he thought he had it.
Yeah, and I'm like, here we go. I'm like, you know, and he's such a versatile player too. He could play quarterback if we wanted to. He's a running back. He's a receiver. You know, I keep telling him over and over. I said, you know, you are the best receiver in 8-man in my opinion. I said, you're Megatron. I said, you're 6'4", and you know, you're athletic. You could jump. You could catch, and
run.
And run.
Yeah.
So those are three big things, you know. And and Bresden, our quarterback tonight, he played super well too. On his feet, he's making, his timing's getting a little bit better. Still some things to work on, but only being a junior too, he's learned real quick for this, for coming along as fast as he is. So.
I had him for 100 yards rushing, which is skewed by sacks going against and rushing. So I mean, you take that away, he's up to 120ish, but his ability to shake, move, and break tackles in the second half was almost the entire reason why you were in the game.
Yes, he's such a tough competitor. Tougher than nails kind of kid. He starts on the defensive line for us too. So he's a two-way player, and it's probably the first quarterback that I've had that I'm okay with that. And he's just so good on both sides of the ball. And then what he could do on his feet, there's a couple times he just kept that drive going, and you thought the ball was dead, and he's fighting for every yard he gets.
There was one ended up being like a 12-yard run that he had 3 white jerseys with hands on him over on the far side of the field, and he ducked under and got out and came to the near side. I mean, just I think 6 of the white jerseys ended up touching him before he got brought down, which is unheard of in 8-man football. You talked about Ruddy's ability to throw the football. Let's talk about Riley Wallace's one-handed touchdown catch.
How pretty was that? That was pretty. I'm like, oh gosh, he overthrew him, and then all of a sudden Riley brings that in with one arm. And
that left hand just went out there
and just it was pretty. It was really pretty, and it was a huge. We needed that, I knew West Central was going to be a problem running against, so we were going to have to go the air some, and that was a halfback pass with Ruddy being able to throw the football too, and Riley just made a beautiful catch, and it was awesome. Yeah.
The second touchdown pass was actually Simons throwing it, but I think it was Wisson that caught it.
Yes, Grant. Yep.
And Gibb was there.
Yeah.
Like he was there, and then one step he wasn't, and he caught it and went in for a touchdown.
Yeah. And I'm so excited for him. That's his first varsity touchdown. So he's a sophomore, and he's becoming more and more of a huge asset for us on the offensive side. Where we could throw the ball with him and Riley and Logan, and then we could also run the ball. It's just he's really growing and just a super athletic kid. I'm so happy for him tonight.
Well, you guys are 4-3. Need one more win to guarantee you're in the playoffs. You probably get that, I'm sure, but you've had a pretty tough schedule. I mean, as far as 8-man teams go, you kind of got the raw end of the who are we going to play from the other division stick, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you guys, if you guys get to the playoffs, you're not going to be an easy out.
No. Well, I totally agree with you. Especially, missing a couple key players tonight and having those guys back come in the postseason, it's going to be a game changer. But I always look at every positive, every situation. It's giving some of those other guys reps that they need, and they're getting those good reps, and they're making plays, and they're getting confidence, and like moving forward, that's going to be huge come playoff time.
I talk to volleyball coaches a lot who play through injuries, and football coaches too, and if you can survive the injuries, when those kids get back, you're usually better than you were before they left.
Yeah.
Because when you need to put that other kid in to give the other kid a blow, you know you can do it, and it's not a problem. It opens you up to so many things, doesn't it?
It does. And that's it. That's life. You want to try to every negative situation look at the positive, and that's one that we have going for us right now. And our last 2 games are not cakewalks. Like I respect Coach Parker. Peoria Heights next week, and then we got Bushnell back at home, and we're not a guarantee. Game by game. This is one tonight that I really wanted for our kids, but at the same side of that, like I said, I've never been prouder of a loss on a homecoming night with how hard they played and got us to the end of the game, and we had a shot.
That 8-minute drive to open the second half, Coach Kirby said, I'm okay with that. An 8-man, anytime you can put an 8-minute drive together, even in 8-man, you had 2/3 of the third quarter, you had a football. Crazy.
And that's what we talked about at halftime, okay, we got the ball coming out in the second half. I said, here's what's going to happen. We're going to go down and score that first drive. Defense is going to get a stop. We're going to be right back in this game, and they
There
did.
it was.
and then there it was, and then things just started happening, and put us in a position, to tie the game, and then, had a shot there to win the game at the end, and then shot to take it to overtime, but it's the way the chips fall sometimes, but just didn't fall the right way for us tonight. But
8-man football. I actually talked to somebody from West Prairie at a volleyball game this week, a kid that used to play. And he said, man, I remember Flanagan was so good in 11-man. They were so good. That's when Northwestern and Northwestern La Harpe were really good.
Yeah, yeah.
And you remember those days probably.
Yeah,
or remember those teams.
We
anyway.
played them.
Yeah.
Actually, when I played,
Yeah.
back when they had, was it Jackson Jones and or Spencer Jones? Or
Jackson Jones and Spencer.
Yeah.
Spencer something. I can't remember. his name,
but I was actually a junior on that playoff team here, and they beat us. And then I think later when played Chinoa in the state championship.
Lost by that much of a foot.
Yeah,
much of a foot on the sideline.
Yep.
Anyway, because I was covering that state championship game.
Okay.
So anyway, this is good football.
This is good
and I know
football.
you were here when we talked to Coach Kirby, and I don't know how anybody can watch this and say it's anything other than there's less players. There's no difference.
Yeah, there's no difference. It's just as entertaining.
Maybe more and sometimes.
And I've talked to some of our fans, and a lot of them can't even tell. Like when we're playing, I mean, they're like, it's still a game of football, and we're still running, tackling, catching, all that good stuff. It's saving small school football, and it's just as exciting as Coach Kirby said. You look at our atmosphere tonight. We had sidelines full of fans, and it's great small school football.
Well, Coach, I won't keep you any longer because you're probably stuck here until I get tore down anyway, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I apologize for keeping you so long,
No,
but thank
don't worry
you for
about it.
letting us be here.
Yes, thank you for coming.
We will. Chris Frankhauser and Adam Hulett will be here for the BPC game as well.
Okay, great.
So they'll be up here for that, and I'm sure that somewhere down the line we're going to see you in a playoff game.
I hope so.
That's my belief. That's my belief after watching this game tonight.
I hope you're right, and I appreciate the job you guys do. I can't thank you guys enough. Getting the word out about 8-man, the coverage that you guys are doing. Please keep it up. It's good stuff.
We enjoy. One other thing.
Yeah.
Logan Ruddy's mom.
Yeah.
I was giving her a hard time in the crowd. We were talking about it, by the way.
You couldn't hear her, could you?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, who's the one mom down there talking? And everybody's like, that's Logan Ruddy's mom. And she turned around and was talking. So we talked a few seconds. But you have some good parents too, don't you?
Yes, we do. I got a great support system here, and I'm really fortunate. But
And tell her, because right after I was talking to her, I called the holding on them.
Yeah.
And she's like, he doesn't know what that was. Tell her. I was right. Okay, he relay that message for me?
I will.
Okay. Coach, I greatly appreciate you coming
Thank
up.
you.
We'll see you down the road.
Yep, bye.
That's Coach Todd Reed talking to us for a few minutes. That'll do it here from the Flanagan Cornell High School field. It's 40-32, the final. The Heat get the win on a touchdown with 40. Was it? How long was it? 42 seconds remaining. And Aiden Garner, over 200 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns, if my memory serves me correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns, I'm sorry. 4 touchdowns of the 5. So that'll do it. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you being here and with us. We'll be back next week. It's West Central and BPC next week, and then BPC will be here at Flanagan the final week. Got a ton of football left. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you. Don't forget, I8FA playoffs coming very soon. See you.